Hi grade 11. So in today's videos I decided that I should do another cost accounting videos. So before we start guys, I just want to thank you so much for support that you are giving me. I can see that most of the students who are in grade 11, they are really watching my videos. So I really appreciate your feedback guys. The more you comment, the more you subscribe, the more you like this video, the more I do another videos. So I see that you are more interested and you are learning something into my YouTube channel. So today we are going to do a ledger account under a costing accounting. So please make sure that you watch the entire video so that you will learn more and more principles that we introduce than the other one that we did on the previous video. Okay, without wasting any other time, let's start with our question paper. So this question paper have 40 marks. Okay, only for cost accounting question. Okay, so the question one that we're going to start with, it was a question which we just have to pick the correct answer. Okay, then 2.1.1 they said a wage paid to the factory supervisor. So we have to choose between a selling and distribution, direct material, factory overheads, indirect labor, and administration. So it's very important before you start with a cost accounting guys, you must first know the keywords. You must first understand what falls under selling and distribution. If we are talking about selling and distribution, it's everything that's related to a sales. So it's fall under selling and distribution. Direct labor, direct material, they are those who are directly involved when they produce goods that we are selling. Okay, when we talk about direct material, it's a major material that we use to produce our product. Okay, a factory overhead, we are talking about indirect cost, such as indirect labor and indirect material in other indirect stuff. Okay, as long as it has been used under a factory. Okay, and we also have indirect labor and administration. So let's go back to question now. Wage paid to factory supervisor, obvious, is factory overhead. Once you see the word factory, is a factory overhead. Okay, then advertising is related to selling, which means that it fall under selling and distribution. Then office telephone, once you see the word office, obviously it's fall under administrative. You have to know that. Okay, then we have material used to make a final product. That's a direct material that are directly involved to make a final product. Okay, insurance paid to by the factory, obviously it's factory overhead, so it's only 5 marks. Okay, so this is the major question that we are going to focus on today. So number one, they said that we have to prepare a raw material stock. It's the same as direct material. Okay, number two, we are going to do factory overhead. Then the last two account is work in progress and finished goods. Okay, so that's the account that we are going to do on this video. Okay, information that we have, they say the following balances appear in the books of fashion gin manufacture. Okay, they give us amount for 2021, which is going to be opening, and 2022 is going to be closing. Okay, we have raw material stock, consumable stock, working progress stock, and finished goods. So now we firstly have to focus on what? On raw material that we are doing. Opening stock or opening material, it's gonna be on the debit side always. Balance of opening is always on the debit and the closing on the credit. Okay, then our opening balance must be for last year, which is 72,000. Okay, and the closing is gonna be 54,000. Okay, simple as that. After we have calculated everything, obviously we have to transfer this amount into work in progress, okay, as a balancing figure. Sometimes they are going to give you this balance and they don't give you the closing balance, so you have to know all those kind of trick, which means that closing balance, you're gonna do it as a what? As a balancing figure after you got everything on the debit side. Okay, let's take all the transactions that are related to direct material. Number one, raw material purchase for cash. Obviously we're gonna have bank because it's cash. A credit is creditors control, cash is bank. Okay, then amount is 850,000. Okay, then let's check another one. Carriage on purchase paid on raw material purchase, we have 53,000. Okay, 53,000 of carriage on purchase, or you can call it a transport cost. Carriage on purchase, the amount is 53,000. Simple as that. Okay, then we have customer duty paid of 124,000. But for customer duty, guys, I want us to go through the transaction number C. They said raw material costing 127,500 purchase and credit from Alter Trader, a foreign-based company, has not been recorded, which means that we have to record this raw material purchase. But this material been purchased on credit, which means that it's gonna be creditors control, okay, of 127,500. Remember, we also have customer duties, guys. Customer duty. The reason why I skip customer duty is because we can't write two customer duties separately. We have to add them together. Okay, so which means that in this case we have to open a bracket and take the first one. The first one, the amount was 124,000 plus the one that we have to calculate. 15% of 127,500 is gonna give us 19,125. 19,125. You have to show this calculation so that you can in full marks. Okay, if we add these two, we are going to get 143,125. Simple as that. Okay, then after that, now we have to make sure that we calculate total this side so that we can get a balancing figure on our right side. Okay, then if you add all this amount, because we no longer have any transaction that is affecting raw material, we're gonna have 1,245,625. So this amount we also have to write it on this side. 120. Okay, it's gonna be 124,565. All right, then after that we take this amount and we subtract this amount, then it's gonna give us a work in progress of, let's calculate this one minus this one, it's gonna give us 1,191 and 625. So this is how you should complete your raw material stock. So make sure that you do it like this. Okay, sometimes it can happen that we purchase a raw material and during the year, maybe for a cash, for example, maybe we purchase them by 60 rand and they said at the same time we return 40, which means that we have to open the bracket and minus 40 in that situation. Okay, but in this case we don't have that case, but I will find the other question paper where we have to deal with that case. Then I'm gonna show you. As long as you subscribe on this channel, you're gonna get a notification that I uploaded another video. Okay, now let's proceed to our factory overhead. Remember factory overhead, I said anything that fall under that building that we are producing our material. Okay, remember guys, as a business we have a building of office, that's where CEO and all those other admin stay, and we also have a team that stay on another building for marketing, and we have a warehouse. So everything that happens under a warehouse, as long as it's not direct labor and direct material, they fall under factory overhead. All electricity that we use under factory, all rent, all insurance, we're gonna record it them under factory overhead. Even depreciation for a machine that we are using, it's gonna fall under factory overhead. Okay, then now let's check. Basically our factory overhead does not have opening balance. They don't have opening balance, so you don't have to check or to worry about opening balance under factory overhead. You're gonna only have opening balance when you are dealing with transaction. For example, you can have indirect material that have opening and closing. That's where you can apply on the bracket, not balance like this one. Okay, then let's check on our transaction. Customer duty, we did it. Advertising paid. Advertising, guys, we stated on the first question that advertising fall under selling and distribution. Okay, then we have wage, factory workers and factory cleaners. Factory workers, they are direct labor, but factory cleaners, they are cleaning the factory house or the warehouse. They are not producing that product, which means that they are not directly involved. They are indirect workers. Okay, indirect labor or indirect workers, or you can say a cleaner. Okay, is 72,000. Okay, and let's proceed. Factory for men's salary, obviously is under factory 142,000. Okay, it's factory for men. Okay, then rent paid, but rent paid they didn't say anything, which means that we have to go to transaction and check how to allocate under factory overhead. Okay, let's go and read. Rent, number 2, rent and sundry expense are allocated according to the percentage of floor space used. Factory 80%, office and shop is 5 and 15. We are only concentrating on factory allocation, which means that we're going to allocate 80% of that amount. Okay, 80% of rent is 320. You have to show calculation here, multiply by 80%. Okay, if you do all this calculation, you're gonna get 256,000. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so this is how you should allocate. You only focus on factory when you are doing factory overhead, unless they say that prepare administration, which means that you're gonna use the percentage for administration. Okay, then we have indirect material purchase. Indirect material is fall under here, indirect material. But indirect material, remember when we read opening balances, we found that yes, we have opening balance of indirect material of 7,000. We said opening plus purchase minus closing. Minus closing of how much? 3,800. Okay, I left the space here because we have to put purchase. Our purchase is 43,000. Opening plus purchase of 43,000 minus closing of 3,800. Very simple. Then after that, if you calculate all this, you're gonna get 46,200. 46,200. So this transaction, guys, have 4 marks. One tick, one tick, one tick, one tick. Simple as that. So please make sure that you do the right thing, because this is the simple marks. These are the free marks according to me. Okay. Then sundry expense. Remember we read the transaction under number 2. They say the rent and sundry expense, which means that even sundry expense is 80%. Okay. which means that we're gonna take 80% of sundry expense of 17,400. Okay, sundry expense, we're gonna say 17,400 multiplied by 80%. Okay, then if you do this calculation, you're gonna get 13,920. Simple as that. Okay, then let's proceed and check another one. Office assistants, no. Commission paid to sales person, no. Sales obviously is related to selling and distribution. Okay, then insurance paid, they didn't specify. Insurance can fall under everything, which means that we have to go and check transaction. Transaction number 3, insurance is to be apportioned in the ratio of 4:1:1 to factory, selling and distribution, and administration cost respectively, which means that 4 is for factory. It's 4 out of how much? 4 out of 6, because we have to add 4 plus 1 plus 1, then it's gonna give us 6. Okay, which means that when we calculate this one, we're gonna say it, insurance of how much? Of 42,000. Okay, and we said multiply by 4 out of 6. Okay, which is going to give us 28,000. Simple stuff. Okay, I hope you are enjoying this video. Then let's go to number 4. Number 4, they said water and electricity of 21,000 related to factory. Okay, the rest is to be shared equally between administration and sales department. So they said the insurance, the amount of water and electricity that we have of 28,000, only 21,000 related to factory, which means that we're gonna take 21,000. Okay, this one they will already calculate. Okay, water and electricity is gonna be 21,000. Very simple. Okay, then the other transaction, we have motor vehicle expense paid to. They already give us that is selling and distribution and admin. They don't fall here. Then the last one, stationery, in brackets they said all for admin, which means that they don't fall here. We have to calculate the totals. Okay, if you add everything here correctly, you're gonna get amount of 579,120. 579,120, which must be the same as 579,120. Always under factory overhead, we're gonna have work in progress. Okay, we don't have any other transaction under the credit side. Okay, so this is how you should prepare your work in progress as well as raw material purchase. So we also have another 2 accounts that we have to prepare, which is work in progress and finished goods. Okay, we just gonna use these balances to transfer them into work in progress. Okay, so yeah, now let's continue, guys. So before we proceed with the last 2 accounts, guys, I really appreciate it if you have watched video so far. Please, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please, I beg you, subscribe. It's free to subscribe. You don't pay anything to subscribe and like video. It's for free, guys. This is helping us to grow and to make more videos. Otherwise, if it was not like that, if it was not for you guys, we were not going to make these videos. So please, guys, make sure that you support us, subscribe, like, and say something on the comment section. So let's continue with work in progress and finished goods. Okay, so this account, guys, I believe that two of them, they are going to give you 4 marks for free. The first step that you need to do is opening balance, okay, and closing balance. Even this side, balance of opening and balance for closing. Simple. Let's identify them. Opening is for last year. Let's start by work in progress, 81,000. Okay, closing 62,000. Copy and paste. Okay, finished goods opening is 138,000. Okay, then closing is 62,000. Simple as that. 4 marks for free. 4 marks for free. Then now let's proceed to work in progress. The first one, we're gonna have a direct material, the one that we calculate on the previous account, and we write work in progress on the credit side, is the one that we are going to take. Okay, then we're gonna have direct labor, and we're gonna have a factory overhead. Okay, this side we're gonna have a balancing figure of finished goods. So this account contains a lot of chocolate marker, because if you just transfer the amount that you calculate, even if it's wrong, they are going to give you a mark for all of them, beside a direct labor, because direct labor, there was no any calculation in this case. So let's start with direct material. Direct material that we calculate, which we are going to transfer, is amount of 1,191,625. Okay, we're gonna take that. Then another one that we have to transfer is fixed overheads of 579,120. This is the amount that we calculate on the previous work in progress account. Okay, then if you check on the transaction, we have factory workers, which is direct labor of 763,000. Very simple as that. So if you do all this calculation and you add everything on the debit side, it's going to give you 2,614,745. Okay, 2,614,745. So after that, guys, remember, you take on the what is on the debit side total, and you transfer it here, and you subtract 62,000. Then it's gonna give you the amount that you're going to transfer under a work in progress. Okay, so in this case, it's gonna be 2,552,745. So this is the same amount that you are going to transfer on the debit side. Remember, if we balance on the credit side, we transfer it on the opposite side. Okay, but we have to write the account of the previous account. Where is it coming from? This finished goods, work in progress. We have to write work in progress and write that amount as it is, 255,274,5. Simple as that. Then which means that from there, now we can calculate a balance here, so that we can get our cost of sales. Okay, which means that we're gonna add everything here, and it is gonna give us amount of 269,0745. Okay, even this side, 269,0745. 0 7 4 5. Simple as that. Okay, then after that we're gonna subtract this amount and we get cost of sales of 2,525,745. Simple as that. So this is how you should prepare this account. But I want to emphasize the last thing, guys. A very simple one. Remember, we carry down our balance. Okay, when we open and we find the balancing figure, that balancing figure we must do a brought down. A very simple. What is on the debit, what is on the credit, we must transfer it on the debit. Okay, we just say balance brought down, amount is 62,000. Just copy this balance. Even this side, we're just gonna say balance brought down of 62,000. So this is what you have to do even when you go to, I think under the first account we were supposed to do it. So it's simple, we just copy and brought it down. But it's not always the case where they allocate the marks for this one, but just do it. As long as you know it and it's simple, just do it. In case maybe things are not going well, maybe your teacher can think otherwise. So this is what we wanted to learn in this video. Once again, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you're gonna get a good marks when you write your test and examination. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't watched other videos, please go on the grade 11 playlist and check other videos that I prepare for you guys so that you can be more and more ready. See you next time, guys. Goodbye.